It's actually working, man. First time that's ever happened. The exhaust is in. Bang on the money. It is very bouncy though. Look at the size of the screen. I think we're now making the fastest off-road Scirocco. Guys, welcome back to the build. We're building the most powerful VW Scirocco in the country, and in the last episode, it was quite special. We got all the suspension on the rear end fitted. I've done some fab work on the boot floor. Well, in this episode, I want to finish fabbing up the boot floor. I need to weld in some mounts, fit the prop shaft, fit the exhaust, and hopefully fit the engine. And if we can do all of that, I'll be very happy. I'm gonna try a different editing style. You guys have been crying out for longer videos, so I'm gonna try to extend it, a lot less editing, but let me know what you think of it. And I've been looking into my analytics. After a certain point, you guys are dropping off in the video, so please let me know in the comments down below. What is it about my videos that causes you to switch it off? Am I talking too much? Am I not talking enough? What am I doing wrong? Now, in the last episode, I ran out of gas whilst I was welding. I went out and I picked up this, and I did see all of your comments telling me that I need to clean all the parts, clean beneath the car. Guys, my old pressure washer literally just packed in on the time that I need it. But a massive thank you to Halfords, man. Listen, good old Halfords. I made one phone call. I went down to see them. I took the old one back and picked up this brand new bad boy. So let's get that set up. And before we do anything, let's go ahead and clean up all of the parts. And then we're gonna be jumping straight into tons of work in this episode. So guys, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, subscribe. Stop right now, go press the like button because this episode is gonna be fire.
We love the Beamers, the Benz, the Porsches. All of my fans are not supporting style with nothing but look at us now. Whoever supporting, I'm making you proud. Whoever supporting, I'm making you proud. Salvage nation, look at the squad. Pull up in the front line, look at the car. Look at the car. New whip, yeah. Can't wait till we rich, yeah. No, it's gonna take time, yeah. Don't trip, yeah. I remember being broke, never having nothing else to my name. I remember when no one believed in me. Now they say I'm a star like Billie Jean. I wanna make love in the Benz, I wanna make love in the BM and Porsche. But love in the G-Wagon Brabus, I know you can tell by the loud exhaust. I need a 458 Ferrari. Oh, I'ma pull up in the Maserati. Grateful for the love I'm getting from the fans, cause they know I'll be putting the work in.
And there you go. This thing is looking a hell of a lot better. Alright guys, so now that I'm all gassed up,
Gas me up, I need a gasoline.
it's time to sand this all down, get it all welded in, and I'm gonna be seaming this. And I went ahead and I bought a different type of coating for the boot. We're gonna make this look all pretty before moving on to something more exciting. Stay tuned to see what it is. So welding is not my strong suit, but I'm going with a notion of more is better than less. But I need these welds to be really strong because this is where the exhaust mounts to beneath the car, and also it's just the flow of the boot. I don't want it to be falling out on the motorway. Oh man, guys, that was long. Oh my God, it's been about 2 hours. I went ahead and I welded the new floor for the boot all the way around. In the last episode, I saw some people commenting saying that I shouldn't be spot welding, etc, etc. That was just the testing phase, guys. And then I hit it with some seam sealer. It's the brushable type. That's what it looks like right there. And once that hardens, that's gonna seal it. But then I'm gonna hit it with another layer of stone chip without the stone chip. I found it in my local hardware store. It's a protective layer, but it shouldn't be rough, and it's gray. So I'm just gonna mask it all off and paint the entire boot. But I need to let this stuff dry. Now, whilst that's drying, let's get the car up because I'm gonna try to fit the prop shaft and the prop shaft mounts, and they need to be welded in. Before I start welding though, I need to clean them all up. If you remember, I cut these off the R32 shell and there was lots of extra material that wasn't needed. Guys, one-man army today. So here goes nothing. Stick that in like so. All the weight of the prop shaft is just on my fingertip. Now that I know exactly where these mounts need to go, all I need to do is prep the surface and weld them in. So off comes the prop shaft again, and hopefully it all lines up. Alright you guys, let's go. Let's see if I can get this welded into place. That's the right one. No. So guys, they've got a slightly different shape, so this one belongs there. Yeah, that feels nice and smooth. Let me get the other one. This time last year, I couldn't weld. This is why I love my job. And this is why I rate you lot, because I couldn't be doing this without you guys. Come on. Check it out. If you had one shot to make the fastest Scirocco in the UK, would you take it? Come on, check this out. So, prop shaft. I'm not holding it up anymore. And have a look. We're bang on the money. Bang on the money. You can still adjust it if you want. But I just want to take the bolt out to show you. It's literally bang on the money. Let's go ahead, get this down, weld these up properly, and then we can move on with the next task. Guys, I went a bit overboard with the welding. That's because when this new engine is delivering all that power, I don't want these to come off. If these come off, that's a big problem. I need to weld the top, but to do that, we need to remove this. This is the manual gator box, so that's the next task. But before we do that, I'm just gonna hit it with some zinc primer, just to protect from rust, and then I'll be painting this with some undercoat once I do the boot. Next side is getting the same treatment. After a coat of primer, this is what we're left with. Now that I know that that's lined up, we're going in and we're getting this out of this car. I know a lot of you guys are a little bit disappointed that I'm changing it from a manual to DSG, but I like the challenge and I just prefer DSG. To remove the manual gator, I have no access to the locating bolts, so I need to strip the entire center console to gain access, and then I can drop it out. On this surface is birth of the curve. And that right there is the definition of keeping it moving. You get a knock, you get back up, and you keep going. So that's it. The new DSG gear selector has been fitted, and you can see it's gone from the 2 manual cables to just the single. So guys, as you can see, the prop shaft is in, those mounts are all good. I'm about to fit the R32 center exhaust on this old Scirocco. Oh, this is good. This is good. So I thought of a plan and now it's time to execute it. Yeah. Guys, the exhaust is in, man. Come on. I am gassed because we're actually doing it. I'm figuring this out as I go, and it's getting together, man. Now, this is one of the reasons why I decided to cut the boot floor from the R32, as one of the mounts for the exhaust is located on that pan, so it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, as I had to strip the center console, I'll be replacing it with the leather version from the R32. You just recorded an entire take and it's in slow motion, guys. No audio. Okay, try to remember what I said. What did I just say just now? Try to remember. Well, I said it was my birthday. Guys, it was my birthday yesterday, so me and George are staying late. It's just gone 9:15 and we're having a few drinks and I'm fitting electronics. I can't even speak. Too many drinks. I stayed all day. We got tons of components fitted to the car, so I'm not even gonna go over it. But have a look at all of this. We fitted the battery into the boot as it is on the R32. The rear fuse box has been fitted. This is the important one. This is the grounding strap that connects to the floor of the boot. I welded that in. If all my welds are secure, that should give the entire car earth, ground, and it should work. This is the positive cable to the fuse box here. I've connected it to the front fuse box. I'll show you that in a second. And I've connected it to the earth as well. I want to see signs alive and I'm going to be happy. Let's go to the front. I'll show you what I've done. George, you burped like I just smelled Chinese. I thought I'll do these now because I'll forget them, put the engine in, go get it topped up with AC and then think, why is the AC not working? The front electronics box. Now, the old battery would have been right here. This is the new setup. As it was on the R32, I've got to bridge that. So I've used this cable, bridged it to this. So let's go turn the car on and see if we get ignition. What have we done? Got no... No, hold on. So there's a loose wire. It was a lot better on the last take, guys. This is like the 5th take. This is what happens when you drink and work on cars. Whoa! Yeah, this is definitely the first time we've seen the electronics work. Anyway, guys, this is the first time that you're seeing it work. We've got electronics and the battery's in the boot. So that means that my earth is all working. That means that the battery relocation has been successful. That means we're on to a winner. And this R32, what do we call this, guys? Let me know in the comments. What do we call this car? It's not an R32 Scirocco. I think that's too easy. We gotta call it something else. Nah, guys, get in the comments. Let me know. What should we call this build? What should we call it? It's gonna be officially dubbed one of your comments. Let me know. Let me know. Road Angel. I wanted a Pioneer or something. Road Angel will do. So guys, I've just connected up the radio that came from the R32. Just want to see if the electronics are working, to be fair. So when I give it ignition, it should come on. Come on. Yeah! Yeah, man, everything's coming together nicely. Guys, just for the kicks, have a look at this, look. I've had this in storage. This has been just stored in my garage for an entire year. One of my old sponsors had sent this to me. I get so many of these in the post and I never used it. I offered it to George and George says, I don't want it. It's got CarPlay, it's got everything. I want to try to hook it up and see if it works. Take a look at that bad boy. That is class, that is good, that is working. Oh yeah, you're on Spotify, aren't you? What are you listening to? Don't trip.
I remember being broke, never having nothing else to my name.
It's the next morning and the plan is I want to get the car rolling by the end of this video. I need to break all of this down. I'm not sure if I'm putting the engine yet or if I should separate it and just fit the suspension. I need to fix this side temporarily. I'll be using the Scirocco parts to fix this side of the suspension to get the car rolling. But Ollie's just turned up.
Wow, look at all of this. Last time I saw it, it was just a shell. So big moves.
So yeah, prop shaft is all in, all welded in, exhaust. Like, you had a Scirocco, innit? You're big on these kind of cars. What do you think about the center exhaust?
It's what I always wanted on mine.
Or the Rocco?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's gonna look and sound the best.
Let's get it down. I've got something else to show you inside. You haven't seen inside yet.
Yeah.
Check this out, hold on.
Yeah, look at that.
Batteries in the boot.
Look at that big old screen.
I remember you said you wanted one of them.
Yeah.
Go turn the key.
We're dying.
But we've got, the key works, it turns.
I'm loving it.
Guys, come on, man. What do you think of the build?
I cannot wait to see this finished.
When it's done, it's gonna look so sick. I wanna get all the wheels on, so no more talking. We need to come up with a plan and get this bad boy rolling. So in the end, I decided to separate the subframe from the engine and I'll fit the engine into the car later on. The subframe is needed for the suspension, which is needed for the wheels to get the car rolling. With the subframe separated, I need to remove the drive shaft so it's not damaged while pushing the car around. Oh wow, that's the first time that's ever happened. Normally, I was expecting to have a headache to try to get that out. Yeah. That's what I love to see.
One drive shaft.
Yeah, it came out easily. So I'll leave that to the side. I'll put that in later. We don't need that yet. I bet this one's gonna be headache. Let's see if the same thing happens. No way. Guys, I'm lucky today. I need it. That never happens.
Straight out.
Wow. Anyone need a Scirocco drive shaft? I don't need this one. Off comes the wishbone, hub and suspension strut from my old Scirocco. I'll be using this temporarily just to get the new Scirocco running. Why is it going so well? It's a perfect fit for the R32 parts, however, it's not up to the task, so I'll be replacing this later on in the build. Now that we've got a completed front end assembly, we can go ahead, fit it onto the car, and that's it, the car should roll after this. And just like that, we have got the R32 subframe, suspension, brake calipers, disc, hubs, the lot has been fitted. At the same time, I got a visit from one of my suppliers to bring me some cleaning products, which I'll show you in just a minute. It's gassed up time. That's because we've got suspension on the rear and the front of the car. I think we should try to roll it. Let's get it down, get the wheels on, get it outside. I'm gonna do a bit more cleaning. You wanted extended videos, now you're getting it. So I picked up some heavy duty cleaning products, which I was told would fit this application perfectly. The car is on the floor on all four wheels for the first time as a converted all-wheel drive Scirocco. I don't even know what it is. Let me know what we should call this car, but I think there's a slight change of plan. I think we're now making the fastest off-road Scirocco. Now this is a custom build, so I need to figure this out. As you can see, it's sitting really high, but what do you think is the problem? Ollie here reckons it's because it's not got an engine. Like, that is massively high. What do you think? This side, remember we used the strut from the Scirocco, and this side is massively high as well. Well, I'm quite heavy. Hold that. Whee! It is very bouncy though. What do you reckon?
I mean,
Ooh.
it's going down a bit, but not that much.
Nah, who knows? We'll sort it out. Ooh, let's get it out. So please let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe I'll be bagging this car in the future. Let's get the car out and give it the ultimate clean. Alright guys, so there you have it. The little Rocco has cleaned up really well. I went ahead and I did a chemical clean on the engine bay, and that's now ready to take that R32 engine. However, I really wanted to get it in this video. I've been back and forth with someone who's done this job, and there's a few bits that I need to do before I put the engine in. So unfortunately, we'll be doing that in the next episode. But come on, man, this episode, we've got through a lot. And have a look at the car. It's cleaned up really, really well. I've got the Scirocco arm and leg in this corner. I can change that later on, but for now, we just wanted the car rolling. On the rear end, that exhaust is looking amazing. Everything is not knocking, it's hanging perfectly. The electrics are working, as you can see, the lights are on. Even the key. If I press this button here, the boot is opening. Oh, it's been a crazy video. You wanted extended content, I've given you extended content. Let me know what you think of this episode. If you've enjoyed it, press the like button. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, a lot more of you have been subscribing, so thank you. Click the subscribe button right now, because in the next episode, the engine is getting into this car. That's right, boys. In the next episode, I'm deleting the clutch, fitting the new engine, and I've got a special guest, and we've got a special announcement. Shall we rendezvous at Santa Pod?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We'll make it happen. Santa Pod.
And it's going to be epic. I am telling you. But guys, the car's a roller, and I'm happy. So this is where we're going to wrap this video up. So like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. You know what? We always keep it moving.